Yeah.
Cats and dogs out there. We need the rain for the snow.
Is that rain?
Mild rain melted.
Oh, God, I didn't know. I go.
Good evening. Welcome to the Foxborough School Committee meeting for March 11th, 2026. Before we start out and I look for a vote to open the meeting, I just want to let everybody at home know and everybody here know that we're very grateful to Allison Cully and Michelle Thaxton. They are both Zooming in. Allison is actually overseas now, so we appreciate her Zooming in. Michelle is home nursing a hoarse throat, so she won't be doing too much talking tonight, but they're going to participate. Unfortunately, Nathan Ehrman isn't able to be here, and Pat McGuire and I will be here in person.
Read the cable access then.
Oh, yes. So we'd like you to all know that this meeting will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. So I will look for a vote to open the meeting. And just for a housekeeping note, we do need to do everything in roll call since we are meeting that quorum via Zoom.
Motion to open up the meeting.
I second.
Okay, all in favor? Sarah Ladani, aye.
Pat McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
You may have some technical difficulties.
She's still muted.
Allison, you are still muted.
There might be a lag from the internet connection.
Oh, she is muted.
Oh.
Here she is.
Allison, we're just looking for a vote from you to open the meeting.
Okay. Yep, in favor.
You just have to say your name because everything will be roll call.
Oh, sorry. Yep, Allison Cully.
Thank you very much. All right, great. So we are going to open the meeting. First item on the agenda, actually, before we start, I'm going to ask our student representatives who have come to fill these seats if you could lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. All right. So we're going to start out. First thing on the agenda is open public comment. And right now we have no open public comment and we have nobody in the gallery looking to make a comment. So we're going to move right along to our next item, which is going to be approval of minutes. I have a set of regular meeting minutes from January 28th, 2026 here. This is our first.
Motion to approve the minutes from January 8th, 2026.
I second.
Okay, any further questions, comments, or discussion on this? Okay, all in favor, again, roll call. Sarah Ladani, aye.
Patrick McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
Thank you very much. That'd be 4-0-0. We're going to move along because that is the only set of minutes that we have, and we're going to move right to the superintendent update. Roberta?
All right. A few things to share since last week. Congratulations to our cheer team for their states. They placed third last weekend. Girls basketball team had a tough loss. But again, great season. Wanted to call out our track team. They're going forward to New York for the Nike Indoor Nationals. That's upcoming. I also want to make note that on my spotlight that went out in March, that I neglected to mention our boys and girls hockey teams. So they also, with all of our athletes, worked so hard and had really good, strong seasons, but neglected to mention them. So my apologies for that. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that last night, Dr. Burrows and I attended the National Honor Society at the high school. So congratulations to all our inductees last night. And then over the weekend on Saturday, we had the Capital Improvement Planning Committee. And so you, as a school committee, had approved our CIP. So I just kind of wanted to mention the things that will be recommended going forward at town meeting and those that won't. So the annual items that we have that continue with our replacement cycles, like our copy machines, our school buses, 2 full-size and a mini, technology to be able to continue with that replacement, those things were recommended to move forward, as well as the second phase of the Ahern Library, the furniture in there. The furniture, we're on a replacement cycle for the high school, that as well. And then the replacement doors for the gym, and then the Taylor renovation, which we have that as an agenda item as far as the warrant article for the feasibility study and the sewer connection. What wasn't able to move forward was the turf field. There was $25,000 that was recommended to be able to help us continue to with some repairs to be able to get there. Hopefully we'll see that in the near future, but that was one that was just based on available funding not being able to move forward. As well as the replacement curtains that we had talked about at the Ahern on stage and in the gym at the high school. So again, we had Ms. Sheridan who was there to present, also Mr. Musali from facilities, and then Mr. Heyer from technology. So they did a really thorough job when we were there Saturday. Tomorrow night, Choral-Palooza. So if you're able, 6:30 at the high school, and if you're not able to go to Choral-Palooza because you're on the other end, we have the BIT kindergarten information night that will take place at the Borough at 6 o'clock. And then just a reminder that Friday is a professional development day, so no school for our students.
Awesome. All right. But we have school for our teachers.
Yes.
Yay.
Lots of learning that will take place on Friday.
Yep, there you go. Always moving forward. Anything else?
That's all I had.
All right. Any questions from anyone?
So the replacement curtain for both the Ahern and high school didn't pass.
It did not at this point.
All right.
There was also conversation if there were anything, if things could become available for a town fall meeting in the future to kind of keep those things, at the top of our list, if you will. But as far as there was only so much with all of the different departments, so.
Yeah, the turf's a big ticket item, but.
That
the
is a
curtains
big
were
ticket item,
A
yes.
little more manageable, so.
All right, well, thank you very much. Very thorough, as always. Now we're going to look over to my left today. We have Yasmin and Stevie giving us our student representative update. So take it away.
So next week, spring sports start. So their schedules for games and everything is going to be coming out, and then all of their practices are starting next week. There is going to be a blood drive on March 24th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the high school gym. If you're under 17, you need to get a permission slip from Miss Bishop. She's in the English hallway, like right on the end in room 203. So yeah.
Thank you.
Just a reminder that we do have World Culture Night happening April 13th from 6 to 8. If you're interested to host a table, please scan the QR code that will be on the screen.
I'm going to try to zoom it in.
They're
a
also
little bit.
on the newsletters too. You can have the links on those too. Those work too.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you very much.
And then 26 more days until April break.
I missed that update.
More too.
Well,
Yeah, and there's 50 days until senior's last day and 71 days for everyone else.
wow. Look at you guys. So thorough. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. All right. We're going to move right along to the Foxborough Police School Resource Officers. I see everybody up here. Come on up.
As they're getting seated, we thought it would be nice to have a mid-year check-in, particularly with what's going to be coming this summer. Talk about those days coming along quickly, some of the things that will be available this summer, as well as what's been going on here recently.
Yeah. How you doing,
Thanks for
everybody?
being with us. You've got a couple members that are on Zoom. You all walked in a little bit late, just to let you know that Allison got called away. She's in the UK right now, and Michelle's homesick. They're both wonderful at Zooming in with us, so just so you know.
Awesome. Mike Grace, Police Chief, Sergeant Allen, MJ, Melissa O'Connor, the SRO for the high school. This is not our SRO presentation by any means. This is when I was talking with the superintendent, you know what? I never say it's calm, but you know, it was a window to kind of come in front of the board if the board had any questions for us or anybody. And we just want to go over a couple of quick things and we'll be moving on. One is Lieutenant Chamberlain, who has been the operations lieutenant for the last 5 or 6 years. I'm going to have Lieutenant Hoffman is going to be taking over that role within the agency. One thing, as I always worry about, is redundancy. So when lieutenants are in positions for a certain amount of time, we cross-train them. So that way, if something happens, we're just not left standing there with, what do we do? So Pat's our newest lieutenant. He was a patrol sergeant for years. He works very well with the team, so he's going to be taking on Amy. He'll be sitting down, and Stephanie with you guys just to go on. He'll be tomorrow. He'll probably introduce himself at the quarterly meeting. So just wanted to let the board know that. You know what, I'll be honest with you, he was going to be here tonight, but he's trying to do his makeup February 14th dinner with his wife, and I couldn't do it to him. So I just want to let you know, so.
We'll let it go.
Okay, we'll let it go this time.
A lot of heart there.
I think I'll let Sergeant Allen just kind of do the mid-year recap a little bit.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, so I'll just fly through it. Honestly, the last time we were here in September, we talked a lot about our back to school kind of checklist that we go through, and actually, Dr. Brodus and I were talking about it earlier today. I'm pretty much just going to go over a very quick recap of some of the things that we've done so far this school year within the SRO program, and then talk about a couple things that we have coming up, and then I'll turn it over to Officer O'Connor. But just for you all of our infrastructure checks were completed. We do everything from having every patrol officer check their fobs, to testing all panic alarm buttons, to testing our cameras in our station officer room, making sure they're all operating correctly. We conducted a series of trainings from top to bottom with all new staff in conjunction with Synergy 911. As well as our team of SROs just conducting refresher trainings on lockdowns and evacuation drills with literally every single staff member across both districts, the public schools and the charter schools. We had officers going out to the schools a little bit more, making sure that they're staying acquainted with the layout of each building, where all of the exterior doors are, all entry points, things like that. Other than that, we had a great fall, great winter. Our SROs check in with every school daily. I myself just kind of did my own mid-year check-in, and I'm still in the process of checking in with each building principal, just making sure that the program is running smoothly at all levels. We completed all fire drills, all bus evacuation drills. We did a significant amount of community policing this year, which is, again, I think you guys know, is the highlight of our job. That's what we love to do. Everything from trunk or treat at the Taylor School to making sure we're attending football games, staying connected with the kids and the families. Ruby Bridges Day, Unity Day Parade with the charter school, block party with the charter school, the 5th grade toy drive that they do every year. We assisted them with that. Protect and serve lunches have just kicked off yet again. We usually do them in the fall, and then again in the spring, primarily with the elementary schools, but also the middle schools. We like to try to stay hip with the middle schoolers as much as they'll let us. Other than that, some community-oriented stuff. We attended the CPAC Community Resource Fair, as we do every single year. Some Read Across America Week was just last week. I myself got to read some books. Never get tired of the Giving Tree. Other than that, as far as things we've got coming up, we've got the Youth Academy registration that just opened. So any families that have students or children in town between going into 7th, 8th, or 9th grade, next fall, we invite you guys to apply to our Youth Academy, our 2-week program in the summer. It's a lot of fun. You can definitely go on our department's Facebook if you want to go back and see some pictures and videos from last year. We're constantly evolving it, and we're already got almost the entire thing already planned out. So we're looking forward to that. But with that,
Can I just ask a quick question? How's the enrollment with that? Are you guys pretty much at capacity every year?
Yeah.
Is this something where families should get, if they're thinking about it, sign up now, sort of thing?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, all right, because that's what I thought. I heard the story. Somebody was driving by and saw all the kids running along Chestnut Street, by public safety, and just talking about how popular it was and how it continues to grow. Thank you very much for that. That's great. I love how excited kids are to come and run in the summer and do all that in the summer. That's fantastic, but I just wanted to know about enrollment.
Yeah, Officer Godino in particular does a really great job advertising around the middle school. We're lucky enough to be able to get in there, and we'll show the video, our Academy graduation video from the previous year, and we'll go during school lunches, and we'll have big clusters of kids up asking questions, feeling it out, thinking about it, and we really are. We're open to everybody, so we would invite, whether you've got an interest in law enforcement or not, we invite everybody to come and apply and join us, because we'd love to get to know all the kids.
So great.
Yeah. With that, I'll turn it over.
Just real quick, so part of the SRO program is the training requirements for the SROs, which are above the standard of the regular police officers. So the agreement with the schools and within the state guidelines is we have so many hours that we have to go above and beyond, specifically identifying training for the SROs. We hit that, we exceed that substantially, but one of the trainings that the SROs actually kind of tackled as hosting with the other SROs was?
We did an advanced SRO class, which is not a requirement through our post training, but we wanted to advance all our skills, stay up to date with the current trends, and obviously networking is a huge part of it. So we hosted probably the biggest training we've ever had in the McGinty this past February break. So, but as well as that, with training, we are very, very fortunate that Chief Grace allows us to go to the national conference every year. The end of June, beginning of July, we'll be headed to Reno, Nevada, Lake Tahoe area for a week-long training.
The desert in the summer. Isn't
Yeah,
that nice?
and we're going in July, so lucky us. But no, really, it's an incredible training that offers so much, staying up to date with current trends, networking, throughout the country, seeing how different agencies in different parts of the country do certain things. It really is top-notch. And I think one of the greatest things that I see that we get out of this is that we have such a strong partnership with our schools. We have a unique situation where not a lot of people in the Commonwealth, not even in the country, have the great working relationship that we have. So we see that, and we know how fortunate and lucky we are to be a part of this community. So we are very much looking forward to that, and hope we can go to more.
No, I love that. That's great. I have to tell you, the more and more I do things with the Massachusetts Association of School Committee, or anytime I'm around other school committees or other superintendents, that is a common theme. Nobody can believe we have the SROs and the support that we have from law enforcement and the presence that we have. It's really amazing, even with a lot bigger towns and cities.
It's incredible.
It's
And
awesome.
the support on both sides is just top-notch.
Yeah, you all.
And may I add, I was at the unified basketball game at the Ahern yesterday, and our 3 referees, after school, were our officers, O'Connor, Godino, and Monterosso. They were our referees at the basketball game.
It's a highlight of my week.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Every little, like, it's all the little ways you guys all continuously find to be involved, and it's not just putting your uniform on and showing up for work. You guys do it because you clearly love it and are passionate about working with the kids and the families and what you do.
The other piece that before, I'm sorry, Chief Grace, but before I forget to share this, I know I've had a private conversation with Sergeant Allen about this data, but you know I'm a data person, and I know that Yasmin and Stevie can speak to this. Our Neviance platform up at the high school tracks student interest in different career fields, and over the course of the past 3 years, there has been significant growth in the number of students that are interested in careers in public safety. And I don't know if you're aware of that statistic, Chief Grace, but I just think that it's a testament to the culture that you've created, not just with your SRO presence, but with the popularity of the Youth Police Academy and the growth at the middle school level as well. People just love you and really appreciate having you in the building. And that data alone, I think, just speaks to the culture that you've created here. And it's really wonderful to see that. Outpaces every other field. It's significant. I'll share it with you if you're interested.
Yeah, that's great. It's I was there last Wednesday. Me and the deputy chief we're in the media center for presentations from 7:30 to about 3:30 with the kids. So it was awesome. So that's the easy stuff for the board. Got a curveball for you. Last day of school is still confirmed on 6th. Is it June 22nd? Thank you, sir. So I guess my ask to you is we have potentially a World Cup game on I believe it's the 16th at 6 p.m. in town. Any chance you could possibly make that a half day? How's that for a curveball?
Wow, that's pretty curvy.
So I took the vote from the kids. I've already asked all the students. They said no issue. Okay?
Shocker.
I know planning is everything, but I just, based on the 6 o'clock start time, the commuter traffic, and the potential for 14 trains up and down the corridor, depending where they stage, how long it takes them to get to the staging areas, with buses trying to get on their tight schedule.
Is that the concern with the buses and the routes for where they're going and being able to get students home on time?
Yes. I'm just looking at the traffic management plan up on Route 1 and trying to get to some of the areas through the TMP and some of the restrictions to turn lanes. And I know that bus schedule is so tight from once you guys start at the high school all the way to the end of those elementary kids. There's not a lot of capacity for a bus to fall behind.
What time are the trains going to start rolling in that day?
Yeah, we're
I know. I've watched the other meetings, so.
Will it be similar to it? Like,
No.
do game, so it's not going to be like on a game day where the parking
Could be
lot's
very
open at a
different.
certain time. It's going to be very different.
No, it's still going to be similar to that. It's just that
Okay.
we have a 6 o'clock start. We'll probably have trains arriving 3 hours before, give or take. It's going to vary, working with the T, but definitely be 3 hours before match time. So we'll have trains
3 o'clock.
from 3 o'clock on, so.
And when will they be shutting down the turn lanes on Route 1? Do they shut it down the morning?
That'll be up 4 or 5 hours before,
Okay.
so. Yeah, we, like, for a 1 o'clock Patriots game, we have the everything set up by like 7:30, 7 o'clock. So that'll be up and running. That takes hours to set up,
Yeah.
so.
And the part is,
for an action tonight.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean
No,
to
it's
break
okay.
protocol.
It's okay. That's the whole point.
It was a curveball.
We're not, yep, it was a curveball. We're not planning for an action tonight, but
Okay.
we have 4 out of the 5 members here. So it's something that certainly.
Yeah, and it would need to be a vote by the school committee because it's a change in the calendar.
Change in the calendar. So it's something that Dr. Burdos and Dr. Burros, the administration, could look at. And we could certainly look at putting it on a future school committee meeting as an actionable item.
Yeah, that's fine.
Joe, do you have something for the officers or for
Yeah,
us?
2 comments just related to the.
All right, why don't you come right up to,
Sorry. Just related to the
and
calendar.
just announce yourself, please. So everyone-
Joe Garrity, active member of the school committee, even though I'm not on the school committee, but I wanted to make 2 points here. First of all, I know that the last day of school is currently June 22nd, that Monday, even though we have to go back after a 3-day weekend with, now you have to take Juneteenth into consideration. And then one of the games actually is on Juneteenth. And then the other point, that week with World Cup games, high school has half days for final exams, underclassmen exams. So that would be good for the high school, but you have to take into consideration the elementary and middle schools.
Yes, well, thank you for that. That's very
And
good.
then hopefully no more snow days. One of the games is Tuesday, June 23rd, the day after school ends on the 22nd.
We're going to cross our fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Joe.
But that's all we got. Any questions for us? We just want to
No,
check.
I just, always, as we say, gratitude. When they talk about all the different things, we have our district crisis team. It's our 4th meeting, I think, or 3rd meeting of the year, that we meet with all of them, and they spend all the time with us and different people from different schools, and the planning and just the visibility every single day. And I think what, Sergeant Allen, what you're saying, the community policing piece being one of your favorite, we see it. If the students or kids out in the community, they see you, and they're just so excited, and that's the goal, right? That's the goal.
That's what it is.
Absolutely. And if you're in any of the school buildings, like I am, every once in a while, I'll walk in and I'll have to stop and do a double take because I'll see a sticker of Officer Will. Because he did, and that's, again, speaks to the level that these 3 SROs care about these schools. With the permission of the chief, he went out, and again, the chief is so supportive of us. If we have a purchasing request, it's almost always a yes. But Officer Will just had to go out and buy little stickers of little Officer Wills in his little
I
uniform.
have mine.
I was going to say, I see them on all, like, the principal's water thermoses, and every once in a
Where's
while.
Officer Allen and Officer O'Connor? Come on.
Will is
Like trading cards.
Will's the face.
got a
Will's
be-
the tester.
He's got a better marketing,
Yeah. He's a
platform.
he's a beautiful person, so we love having him out there, front and center.
Oh, my God. Well,
All right.
yeah, thank you for
Yep.
everything you do
Thank
day in
you.
and day out. We appreciate you, and I know our students do as well.
Yeah, they're great. They're awesome.
Yeah, no, we love you guys.
Thank you for the
Thank
support.
you. Thank you for the time and for the check-in. We appreciate it, and we'll make sure that we put that on as an actionable conversation with the board at a future date.
And we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
Thank you. Thank you all. Yeah, great. They always make me smile when they come in. Okay, we're going to move along to budget transfers. Ms. Sheridan.
Okay, so according to your policy on budget transfers, any budget transfers that's over $25,000 does need the school committee approval on those. So tonight I bring forth 2 of them. The first one is a budget transfer from the private school tuition to trash and recycling services. It's in the amount of $72,576 and 78 cents. And this is to cover the cost of a trash and recycling service contract. This contract was not finalized until the FY26 budget was already finalized last year. So that's the reason for this budget transfer. So again, it's going to be coming from tuition, private schools, to the trash and recycling services account.
All right, thank you very much. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the budget transfer in the amount of $72,576.78 from tuition private schools to trash and recycling services.
I second.
Thank you, Allison. All right, any further questions or comments on this? All right, all in favor? This is roll call vote. Sarah Ladani, aye.
Patrick McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
All right, thank you very much. 400. Tell us about the next one, Ms.
Okay, and
Sheridan.
that second one is, so this one is to cover the cost for the remainder of the fiscal year for 5 new foster care students' transportation that recently came to the district. So again, this one is coming from that private school tuition line. This is going into special education transportation line, and that is a total of $50,925.
So
This one has an error there.
because the amounts don't match up.
Right, I was just going to say, there's a typo there. It's $50,925
Okay.
from the tuition private schools to the foster care.
Motion to approve the budget transfer from tuition private schools in the amount of $50,925 to the sped transportation account.
I second.
Thank you very much. Any further questions or comments on this? All right, seeing none, all in favor, again, roll call. Sarah Ladani, aye.
Pat McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
Thank you very much. 400 on this. Is that all for the budget transfer?
For the 2 budget transfers, yep.
Great. Okay, we're going to go right along to warrants. Article 13, Taylor School feasibility phase.
So we did discuss the Taylor School feasibility study, the $1 million, when we were discussing all the different capital items. But the Taylor School feasibility phase is going to be in an article, whereas the remainder of the capital is in its own separate with all the capital with the town. But this particular piece of it is going to have its own separate article. So it'll be Article 13, the Taylor School feasibility phase. So again, that is for the start of the MSBA project for the Taylor School. The renovation expansion of the Taylor Elementary School, $1 million for that. If anybody has any questions, I can read the article if you'd like, or if anybody has any further questions on it, certainly can answer them.
I think one of the points just to make is originally we thought that it was coming out of the remaining funds from the borough project and from DPW, and it needs to come from free cash, not from those two, and that was the change in the warrant article itself.
Yeah, it was something to do with the bonding and the number of years in the bond, so they had to put that back into the free cash. But it is a separate article other than the other capital is not. There's only one separate article, and that's the Taylor School. Originally, they had talked about having the sewer for the Taylor School as its own separate article, but at the capital meeting on Saturday, they said that did not need to be. That could go with the other capital with the town, and that the only separate article we would need would be this particular one for the $1 million.
Great.
And we would need the school committee to approve the motion that's here, and that is for the MSBA as well.
So you would like us to read this motion in its entirety,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right.
The entire page or just the motion?
Just the
Just the
motion.
motion.
Just the motion, okay. So I'll read the motion.
Thank you.
The Town of Foxborough raise and appropriate the amount of $1 million for the purpose of paying costs of a feasibility study for renovating and expanding the Taylor Elementary School, located at 196 South Street, Foxborough, Mass. 02035, including the payment of all costs incidental or related thereto, and for which the town may be eligible for a grant from the Massachusetts School Building Authority, also known as the MSBA. Said amount to be expended under the direction of the School Building Committee. To meet this appropriation, the town will transfer from free cash funds in the amount of $1 million. The town acknowledges that the MSBA's grant program is a non-entitlement discretionary program based on need, as determined by the MSBA, and any costs the town incurs in excess of any grant approved by and received from the MSBA shall be the sole responsibility of the town. Provided further that any grant that district may receive from the MSBA for the study shall be as set forth in the feasibility study agreement that may be executed between the district and the MSBA, and that the amount of borrowing authorized pursuant to this vote shall be reduced by any grant amount set forth in the feasibility study agreement that may be executed between the town and the MSBA. One question I do have is, it doesn't look like it's referred to as the Charles G. Taylor. Does it matter if it's not the official?
It's been vetted through the MSBA. I will note, you had said 02035 when you read it.
Yes, which is the correct zip code for the town.
So
that should be corrected, right?
The typo, it needs to be corrected.
Okay.
I didn't even realize I did that.
02035. All right. Thank you very much, Pat.
I second.
Thank you very much. Any further questions, comments, or discussion? So we're going to change that 2 to a 3 for the minutes and on the zip code. Any other questions or comments on this? All right, seeing none, all in favor. Again, roll call vote. Sarah Ladani, aye.
Pat McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
All right, thank you very much, and that passes 4-0-0. Thank you very much on that. School committee vote on school of choice. Dr. Berdos, this is something I've been at the table for quite a few years, but if you want to just give a quick synopsis to the board, and we can kind of go.
Sure. So this is an annual vote that has to be taken by all school committees in the Commonwealth, and we actually have to turn this in, that the vote was taken and what the outcome of the vote was, and it's whether or not to participate in school choice. Historically, Foxborough has voted no, not to participate in school choice, and that would be the action that you would be taking tonight, whether you're voting yes or no. The discussion in the past has been brought up for some of the reasons that districts do participate in school choice, those that don't, and some of the other things to consider if a district were to engage in school choice.
Yes. In the past, just for the committee members, and I know Michelle has looked into this, but for Pat and Allison, I don't know if you've tuned into any of these discussions on school of choice. The expenditure per pupil in Foxborough is quite a bit, I think almost double what we would get from the state should we go to school of choice. So for me, it's been a fiscal decision on us. Our enrollment has been fairly steady across the years. We're Foxborough, we're at a comfortable place to be with enrollment. We are constantly watching enrollment ebb and flow, and we're kind of always with move-ins and things like that, and building and this and that. We're already kind of sort of watching and already doing this dance, making sure our class sizes are appropriate and everything, with the fiscal component of expending more money than we would get from the state, combined with the fact that we're very comfortable in the enrollment. It's been an easy no vote for me in the past. Just to give you all some context on my why. I don't know if anyone else has anything they'd like to add or any questions, but
I mean, I don't find any need to further strain our budget. I think Ms. Sheridan's done quite a bit working with what we have. I don't think we need to put any more stress on it. So that's how I feel about it.
I appreciate your input.
Allison or Michelle?
Do either of you have any input on this? I mean, you don't have to. Anyone had any feedback, they're welcome to speak up. If not, I will can entertain a motion.
Motion to, as a school district, to vote no in terms of whether or not we will participate in school choice for non-resident students.
I second.
Okay. Any further questions, comments, or discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor, roll call vote. Sarah Ladani, aye.
Pat McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you all on this, and thank you, Dr. Burdos, for explaining that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the MASS, so the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents Legislative Breakfast, which we went to the other day. I was able to attend. I was only able to stay for a very short amount of time because of a prior engagement appointment I had to get to. But Dr. Burrows, you presented, and there was some wonderful, great attendance, some wonderful content. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So, as you know, the legislative breakfast is really to share the Superintendents Association's positions on a number of the bills that are currently being drafted in the House and in the Senate at the state level. So that's really what we were there for. I presented along with 3 other colleagues that were superintendents and assistant superintendents in other districts on the South Shore. I did include one handout that I thought that this group might want to take a look at. I felt like this was the piece of information that was the most pertinent to the committee for the time being. The remainder of the bills that we presented on, while I could share positions, they're so far in draft form that it's really not at this point appropriate to really share with the committee. Because they could change so much. But at this point, the Superintendents Association has released a position statement on the Massachusetts statewide graduation standards. And I thought that I would provide the committee with a little bit of context on what this is, because we've been talking about this a bit on this committee over the course of the past year. So this piece, and I won't go through everything in this document, but to provide you with a why of why this exists. This piece is in response to MCAS ballot question 2 from last November and the competency determination policy that we voted in place. So eventually the intention of the state is for the graduation standards that you see here to phase out that competency determination policy. It will happen over time, over years. It's not going to be an immediate transfer into these regulations. However, they are currently being drafted. So I thought it would be helpful for the school committee to get your eyes at least on what conversations are happening at the state level and what potentially could be those shifts and changes. And I'm happy to answer questions about what's in that document if you are interested.
Well, first of all, I'm certainly interested. Second of all, but I didn't know if you had any highlights you wanted to share. But this is a great document. It is part of the packet. It is public record, so anybody interested can certainly go to this. Dr. Burdos, you were there as well. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
No, I'd just like to thank Senator Feeney and Representative Chasen for being there as well. They are, at any of those meetings, they have been present and they're listening to all of the points that need to be made that are important. And the important piece is how it impacts schools. So when they're at that level, what it really means and the impact it's going to have, and being able to hear those and get real examples. And Dr. Burrows did a great job presenting along with our colleagues there, and I think that they did an excellent job of really showing what the impact is at the ground level.
For sure. It just seems like such a great, it's a great event because it brings two really important pieces together so that they can kind of work together to push us forward. And this the state graduation standard is something we've been talking about for a little over a year now almost, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's been a while, so this is
there's
great.
still a lot of movement, and some of these items that are on here could actually be passed as early as this June. So as soon as there is movement on that, I will certainly update the committee on what that means for us. And if anything does need to shift, I will say that the majority of the things that you see on this are already things that we're already doing here in Foxborough. So I don't want to be alarmist about these items. It shouldn't be a drastic overhaul of anything that we're doing, but they are potentially going to be codified into state regulations.
That's a great share. Thank you for pointing that out. That's great to know that we already have a lot of these practices in place.
Absolutely. We have a rigorous program of study, and we have really strong graduation standards already.
Thank you.
So I did have a question about this because part of it is sort of being able to demonstrate at the federal level for grant purposes and stuff. And
Correct.
my understanding correctly is that we're in kind of a pickle because the state always used those MCAS scores for demonstration. And now is it more of just at the state level trying to figure out a way to properly demonstrate to the federal? And is the federal given input for what they want us to do, or?
So the regulation comes under the Every Student Succeeds Act. I'm going to try really hard not to go too in depth with that. And that was the Elementary and Secondary Education Act originally. It has morphed and changed. New acronyms have been created across different presidencies over time, but it's currently called the Every Student Succeeds Act. And essentially what it mandates is that every state has a common statewide accountability system. So a part of our statewide accountability system are all the things that we already present on during that baseline and benchmarks reports. So student attendance, chronic absenteeism, graduation rates, teacher attendance rates. Those are all factors. They're already indicators in our statewide accountability system. And the MCAS is also continues to be a factor in that statewide accountability system. The MCAS was it was written into law that the MCAS was also a high school graduation requirement. So that competency determination language that we put into place was to, because of the way that ballot question was written, we had to almost put a placeholder in order to create a policy that satisfied the competency determination language in Massachusetts regulations, but it actually did not disrupt our statewide accountability system. It's still the case that MCAS is a part of it, and that all of those other indicators that are in our baseline and benchmarks report are all still a part of that statewide accountability system. The state collects all of that data and reports it out to the federal government. So we still have all of those common indicators. That was such a long-winded response, but that's essentially the accountability system.
Perfect.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. I know that policy has come back to the table quite a few times. So.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your work on that and all your efforts. And the MASS event with the legislative breakfast was, it was great. Thank you very much. And thank you both. You both sit on the committee, so thank you very much for the work that you do behind the scenes. It's much appreciated. Anyone have any questions? Do either of you have any questions over there? All right. Thank you very much. Just want to make sure we're not leaving you out. If it's okay with everyone, we're going to move along to the next item, which is the acceptance of donations. We have one donation here. Looks like Foxborough Gymnastics. Did you want to speak to that?
Yep, it's just one donation from Foxborough Gymnastics in the amount of $2,000. The donation is to pay for an assistant gymnastics coach at the high school.
Great.
So,
Entertain a motion.
I know that program's starting to get up and running again, so that's certainly good. I make a motion to accept with gratitude the donation from Foxborough Gymnastics to the public schools in the amount of $2,000 for the Paul Salem Foxborough High School Gymnastics. So
Assistant coach.
Assistant coach, yep.
I
I
second.
second.
I heard yours first, Allison. So Allison will have the second. Any further questions, comments, or discussion on this? All right, we're going to do a roll call vote. Sarah Ladani, aye.
Pat McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
Thank you very much. That'd be 400. We accept this with much gratitude and good luck. Per Pat's comment, good luck to Foxborough Gymnastics. They are now in their, I believe, second year as a club, reinstated back at Foxborough High, and just doing amazing things. We had some gymnasts go to states, and yeah, it's really exciting. So it's great to see that check and to see us going in that direction. So we're going to go on to community update. Do either of you have any updates, Allison or Michelle?
I just want to remind everybody that the Foxborough CPAC with Mansfield CPAC will be having a social on Sunday, March 22nd at North Bowl from 11 to 1 p.m. It's $16 for 2 hours of bowling, the shoe rental, and pizza and soda. There'll be flyers going out. You need to sign up, register prior to the event.
Okay, thank you very much. And I know you're having a tricky time there talking. I'm sorry. I know you're not feeling well, but I just want to thank you for all the work you and all of CPAC did for the resource fair. I know that the Foxborough Police brought it up that they were at the resource fair. We just want to thank Foxborough CPAC for everything that they do for the families. So if you're on an IEP at 504 Foxborough CPAC, you're always there for everyone. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thanks. Allison, do you have anything you want to? Oh, did I already ask you? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm just going to say, no, I'm going to go right on. I'm good. I'm going to go right to Pat.
Oh, I wanted to mention, because Michelle does so much work with the CPAC, I actually went to attend that after the game last week, and I think a big thing that a lot of people don't realize until you're actually in it with the parents when you have those certain needs is there's a lot of vendors that offer a lot of services around here, but it's difficult to sort of consolidate all that information and find the right places. And the CPAC fair was a great opportunity to sort of let a lot of places let you know that they are there and those services are offered and they're able to help with things. So anybody that has the young elementary children that may be undergoing testing for some sort of learning disability, maybe a 504, an IEP, please utilize the CPAC group, because they're not only there for support for dealing with the other rigors of it, but also the extra people that are available to support your child. So, and my other community update is, do not be fooled by this good weather. This is the spring of deception. It is going to be below freezing next week, so I almost took out the summer clothes, almost took them out, but then I checked the extended forecast and I saw, nope, those winter clothes need to stay out for...
I'm going to trademark that, the spring of deception. That's so awesome. That's great. Dr. Burdos,
I'm all set.
how do you top that, the spring of deception?
You don't.
Dr. Burros,
I don't have anything.
Ms. Sheridan, Stevie.
Just related to the weather, a reminder to drive very careful in the parking lots, because there's been bad driving recently. So
Okay.
just be careful, especially it's going to be slippery. So.
Oh, boy. Yep, okay. Well, on my last closing note, I will entertain a motion to
Motion to adjourn.
in a second. But I just want to thank Allison. She's 5 hours ahead of us right now. Thank you. 4 hours still. It doesn't matter. It's 11:20. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Michelle. I know you're playing hurt tonight, but you look fabulous and you sound great. So thanks for being with us. We really appreciate you, okay? All right. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All right. Roll call. All in favor. Sarah Ladoni, aye.
Pat McGuire, aye.
Michelle Thaxton, aye.
Allison Cully, aye.
All right. Thank you all. We're adjourned.